You trying to get a job as a graphic designer? Cool. Let me help you with that. Check it out. What's good? What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? I am V, I'm your host for today, and I hope that you're doing well because I am doing well as well. What we're here to talk about today is the job market of a graphic designer. So I'm here in Chicago, and there's a lot of jobs that's available for graphic designers. I mean, I look on the computer, I Google search graphic designer jobs, and I get millions upon millions of results, right? Cool. That's step one. All right, you see his jobs out here. Now, me personally, I like to use LinkedIn, Indeed, ZipRecruiter in that order. I don't like Monster and I don't like Career Builder, but that's a personal choice of mine. I just don't like those sites. Check them out for yourself. Hopefully it suits you. So with that being said, you go on these websites and you type in graphic designer and you see a bunch of graphic design jobs. They got all types of different roles, but they basically are the same role. They're not that different. I don't care what the description says. They're the same role. Graphic designer jobs' basic responsibility is to be able to create, communicate, and adhere to branding guidelines and things of that nature for the company, whatever. These jobs typically want 1 year to 5 years of experience, depending on the level that you're trying to get in at. And that's basically all graphic design jobs. Now, beyond that, there's definitely a lot of jobs out here, and there's definitely a lot of ways to get these jobs. I don't like dealing with hiring agencies, right? Now, this is me after some years of being in a field. I don't like hiring agencies. However, hiring agencies might work for you. I used a hiring agency once before. I got hired by a hiring agency. The problem with hiring agencies is that I feel like they spam you a lot. Like, they just call because the agent wants to get as many applications for this job as possible. So they just call in, and it's just like random, and it's more so of a lottery pick. I like to apply to the job itself, like the actual company. I like one-on-one interaction. We don't need this middle person. We don't need that person at all. One-on-one interaction. I want to talk to the hiring manager for that company. Now, some companies actually go through these agencies, which alleviates that whole step. But me personally, I like to be in contact with the actual company. Location and the type of job that you want may play a very big factor in this. Like, where I'm at, where I live, all the jobs that I see, well, not all, but for the most part, the jobs that I see are like 25 miles away, which is not necessarily a problem, but it constitutes a semi-problem when you're trying to travel during rush hour. You know, now this originally 20-minute, 30-minute trip turns into an hour. That's how that works, but that's a whole different story. I don't even want to talk about that. But the job market is wide open. You can get a job pretty much anywhere in any state. And now, because of the pandemic, a lot of these jobs are hiring remote. Now that opens up a whole different lane. Like, it doesn't matter how far. You could be in a different state and get a job as a graphic designer. That's wild. It's this lady that works for my job. I've never seen her before, and she works in New Jersey. New Jersey! I'm in Chicago. Our headquarters is in Chicago, and she's in New Jersey. That's crazy. So don't limit yourself to just looking for jobs that's in your area. Another point is that all jobs don't have to be exactly corporate jobs. Some of these jobs can be mom and pop stores. Like, I worked for a boutique for a couple months, and I was their only graphic designer, not primary, only graphic designer. And yes, it was part-time, but I was getting 20, 30 hours a week. just helping them with their products and branding and stuff like that. So these graphic design positions are not only limited to big corporations. You don't have to work for Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Google, Nike. That would be great. You do have to work for those companies. If you want to make it, you got to work for those companies. No, I'm just playing. No, but those companies are great. But that's not where it stops. It doesn't stop where these companies that you actually heard of. There's a lot of companies that you never even heard of. For one, they startup companies. For two, they're small companies. They're not franchised. So you might not have ever heard of these companies. So your search doesn't have to just be big companies. Depending on the type of work you want, the type of work that you want to do, the job market is wide open. Then comes salary, right? Now, for the mom and pop stores, the smaller businesses, you don't get paid as much, typically. The bigger companies, you make more money because they make more money, so they want to pay their employees more money. That's just how that works. But the disparity between the two is not like night and day. It's just a couple thousand, maybe 10, 20,000. That's, I guess that's kind of a big jump. But but if you're just getting started, you don't want to just limit yourself to the big companies, because the big companies are going to want experience from another company. So if you're just starting and you don't have that experience from another company, it's probably not going to work out in your favor. However, if you're just starting and you want to get into graphic design and lady loves hair, needs a graphic designer, go work for her. Go work for that company, and get your experience up, throw that on your resume, make yourself more attractive to the bigger fish. I implore you to start applying as soon as possible. I believe that you should be one of the first applicants and one of the last applicants. You can apply to these jobs twice. You know what I'm saying? If you really want it, you got to try to go get it. When I didn't have a job, when I was looking for a graphic design position, I literally wrote down every job that I applied for, and I literally had 10 pages worth of applications before I actually got a call back. Yeah, 10. I almost quit because I'm like, okay, now this is getting ridiculous, But I was applying for jobs every day. That was my job, applying for jobs, along with getting better at my craft. So the job market is open. Hopefully, I gave you some good advice. I know I gave you some good advice. Hopefully, the advice works for you. And I'll see y'all next time, man. Subscribe, like, hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you want to know more about. If I don't know, I'm going to research it, and then I'll come back with an answer. That's how we work. All right, man. I'm V. Holla at y'all. Peace.